I think I'm gonna start going live every day. Thing still works out, and if I try to jump on YouTube, it's probably gonna show me more YouTube. And now I can't see what's going on with the stream. Okay, there we go. Still no one in here. Should make you guys watch me shave. Okay, let's. I can't watch anything on YouTube, right? Because it's doing live right now. I can actually watch shit on YouTube. Oh my god, that's crazy. Bombshell confession. Dude. A live streaming to YouTube. Who freaking
So I'm
knew?
not sure that you could have had a worse timed announcement than the one that Trump himself just put out. So he's proposed
Okay,
a
so what about
$1.5
comments?
trillion defense budget. Current defense budget is about $875
I
billion,
want to see
so nearly double.
comments.
Global military spending in 2025 is about 2.5 trillion, meaning to his election, saying that his win would mean no new wars for the U.S. In fact, he's been tune for years, even before the campaign. Back in 19, the United States has spent $1 billion fighting and policing in the Middle East. Thousands of our great soldiers have died or been badly wounded. Millions of people have died. Going into the Middle East is the worst decision ever made. And now, that
Important that people start watching the Majority Report. Oh, wow. Cool. Okay, 5 people. Live stream experience in a way that works for you. YouTube gives you the tools you need to keep yourself and your viewers safe. For example, everyone who participates in a live chat can report or block another user. Your live chat, get ready for your live chat session by setting up these moderation tools. Some of these can be used during and after your live stream too. Subscribers only, members only, live commentary mode, assign moderators, block messages containing certain words, hold potentially inappropriate live chat messages, slow mode. Slow mode is probably how we're gonna roll. I don't mind trolls in my chat as long as they're just like not able to just spam and stop people from participating. So if they're doing that and I can control it, that works. Slow mode allows you to limit how often each user can comment by setting a time limit between comments. The channel owner, moderators, and YouTube channel members are not limited. Create a live stream, click edit, click customization. Under message delay, check slow mode. Enter how long you want participants to wait between sending messages. That's not bad. Um, what else is there? Moderation activity in live feed chat. I don't know. I don't really want too many mods. Just because I'm from the old school version of the internet, and we just dealt with everything. So this is all new to me. Oh, I got a like. Thanks, whoever gave me a like. I can't see your comments. I don't know what I'm doing. So we are finding all of this out together. I didn't know I could watch YouTube videos and live stream at the same time. Um, hold on. Uh, I don't want to hear that jerkface's voice just yet. So I didn't know I could do this until 5 minutes ago. Okay, so if I seem like I suck, you guys, it's because I suck. But if you want to watch this video, we can push play right now. It's Brian Tyler Cohen. So
$1.5 trillion per year to go back to the Middle East. And all of that unto itself, right? But worse is what Donald Trump is cutting in order to fund his brand new forever war. Here's just a sampling of what he would have to cut. He would cut the EPA budget by half, cut $10.7 billion for housing, cut $8.5 billion for K through 12 programs, cancel $15 billion for clean energy, cut $2.5 billion for clean drinking water, eliminate $1.5 billion for youth job training, $3.5 billion from the Labor Department, $395 million for senior employment, $775 million in food assistance grants, eliminate the National Endowment for Democracy, cut $5 billion from the National Institutes of Health, eliminate the Low-Income Home Energy Assistance Program, and the list goes on and on and on. So, just to make sure you're caught up here, Trump ran a campaign.
I don't. I have my own company, and I have clients who support Trump, and I just can't understand how they're okay with all of this. But after the whole Epstein stuff, I'm kind of like, if you're okay with that, you'll be okay with anything. I mean, I think that's kind of where we need to um, put our reality at. Like, if they're okay, they were so upset about it for 10 years. As soon as Trump came out as being super involved in the whole ordeal, possibly one of the biggest perpetrators of the acts, they were no longer interested. I don't even hear about Epstein anymore from those very same people. So, yeah, but let's continue. We're not going to watch this whole video either. If you think I'm going to spend 30 minutes watching a Brian Tyler Cohen video, no shade in his direction, okay? It's just the reality of the situation. His videos aren't all that inspiring, especially when I'm pretty sure he called Nicolas Maduro a dictator. Uh, Anybody who says something like that is nefarious at best. They do not have your best interest in mind as a citizen of the United States, or a person who doesn't make more than $787 million a year, because that's who's deciding everything in this country. But let's continue.
Against forever wars and of America First policies. Then he got into office.
Y'all might have to watch me shave.
Launched the trade war that raised the cost of everything. He then cut Medicaid for 17 million Americans and food assistance for millions. Then they stripped ACA subsidies for 24 million Americans. Then they forced inflation to rise to an expected 5.2% level, which is nearly double the rate it was when Joe Biden left office. And now, on top of all of that, they're looking to cut billions and billions of dollars from dozens of domestic programs to pay for the Middle East, a war that has already cost the lives of more than a dozen Americans.
I see comments.
Has no plan, no objective, seems to be creating more problems than it's solving, has resulted in a regime change from Khomeini to Khomeini, and costs billions of dollars per day. I'm not sure how it would be physically possible to have a less America First agenda other than, I don't know, maybe just dropping our entire discretionary spending budget right on top of Tehran in unmarked dollar bills. In fact, this isn't even a fluke. This anti-America First sentiment has become a recurring theme for Trump. This was just days ago.
Don't send any money for daycare because the United States can't take care of daycare. That has to be up to a state. We can't take care of daycare. We're a big country. We have 50 states. We have all these other people who are fighting war.
There's a lot to say there. So they're trying to destroy the education system, okay, with whatever McMahon, I forgot her name, Lucy McMahon, Lisa, whatever the fuck her name is, Vince McMahon's wife. The predecessor or the successor to Betsy DeVos, okay, who also didn't know shit about education, was just a rich person. But it's like hearing him say that gets under my skin so much because it's like you're going to get rid of daycare, you're going to get rid of public education. You're also banning abortion, okay? And I hate to go back to the Epstein shit again. Actually, I don't. We should go back to the Epstein shit again. Doesn't this just sound like they want people to have kids that they can't look out for? Like, is it just me? Like, am I crazy? Like, or is this just like an outward fucking yell that we want more kids? We want to give you less money so you have to work all the time. We want to put your kids in our factories. God knows what the fuck they can do when they have your kids in their work factories, okay? Meat processing plants, trying to get kids to work in meat processing plants. That doesn't sound a little bit sketchy? And I sound like a conspiracy theorist right now. But the reality of the situation is I thought everyone was crazy until Trump got elected and more of the Epstein files started coming out. Like I thought most people were just crazy. Like it was probably, just this guy preying on the poorest people on the planet. And it's like, nah, dude, this is Florida. Maybe those are some of the poorest people on the planet. I don't know. But they're basically just preying on unwanted children. Okay. And the easiest way to create unwanted children is to ban abortion and to make it harder for a person to survive on their own, let alone with children. So,
We can't take care of daycare. You got to let a state take care of daycare, and they should pay for it too. They should pay. They have to raise their taxes, but they should pay for it. And we could lower our taxes a little bit to them to make up for. But it's not possible for us to take care of daycare, Medicaid, Medicare, all these individual things. They can do it on a state basis. You can't do it on a federal. We have to.
we're not going to touch your Medicare. And now he threw Medicare in there. So we know what they're really after. They're after Medicare. Like this is when I talk to some people um and they talk about why they like Trump, they say he keeps all of his promises. And it's like he just says he's not doing something and then he does it. The best I've seen him do is get rid of something and replace it with something worse with his name on it. And that's usually what it is. They replace it with something worse and put his name on it and say it's better. That's kind of what the best case scenario is if the Democrats do their job, okay, which a lot of Democrats and liberals think is to help the people. It's to lose these fights with Republicans. They're the paid fall guy. Okay, they're that guy. That's those people that pretend like they're on your side, and a few of them are. Okay, but those few are few and far between. I guess that was a poor way to word that, but you guys get what I'm saying. Let's continue.
Take care of one thing: military protection. We have to guard the country. But all these little things, all these little scams that have taken place, you have to let states take care of them, Russell, and you have to do it.
And something tells me that you're going to be hearing that a few more times between now and November. But
You're amazing and beautiful. No, you're amazing and beautiful.
Yes, of course, Donald Trump's is just as much to blame. They have had the chances numerous times to rein him in. They never take it. Instead, they allow him to do whatever he wants at every single turn, which means that they own what's happening here just as much as he does. You don't get to give Donald Trump a glide path to full government control for a year and a half and then pretend that you've got a spine at the 11th hour only when it comes time to campaign. And I think even the Republicans recognize this much. That's why there are already a record number of retirements by the GOP in the House, more than even in 2018, where Democrats won the House by the biggest margin, 40 seats. These people have taken the easy route. They didn't want to invite Trump's ire or be on the receiving end of a mean tweet, God forbid. And now they're entering a midterm cycle where anyone who's in a seat that Republicans won by 15 points or less in 2024 is suddenly at risk of losing. And that was before Trump's big budget announcement. That was before he decided that we need to double our military budget to drop endless bombs in the Middle East, even if it means cutting healthcare, cutting housing, cutting education and drinking water and food assistance, and every other domestic priority that Americans rely on. So, for the rest of his party, I suppose my message is that it probably felt like the path of least resistance, hitching your wagon to Trump's. How's it feeling right about now? You're watching the No Lie podcast. Next up are my interviews with Robert Garcia, sponsored by BetterHelp. Financial stress affects far more than our bank accounts. It can take a serious toll on mental health.
China's Nostradamus. Oh God. The missing airman in the fighter jet shot down by Iran. Nice. I kind of feel like watching this.
Just got exposed by his own fans in the internet. So Joe Rogan got caught in a major lie. Now, he had a podcast with Theo Vaughn, I think, just a couple days ago. There was a lot of stuff going on in that podcast about Iran and Gaza and stuff, and I think Joe Rogan was getting a bit tripped out about how much Theo Vaughn is like, hey, Israel is the enemy, they're behind the war, etc. They have nukes, whatever. So I think a lot of people were kind of pissed off at Joe Rogan for being so like skeptical towards that kind of stuff, but he got caught in a bold-faced, full-on lie. This is honestly pretty amazing to see. I think it gives us an insight into the potential levels of dishonesty of Joe Rogan. So basically, what
Day
Joe
late,
Rogan
dollar
said,
short on
he
that
says
one,
this
bro.
very like strong, as if it's like
How's the
this
sound on
deep-seated
this?
memory. He says
You guys?
that when Charlie Kirk was shot, he was actually he was hunting in Utah. He was elk hunting in Utah, and he even gives details about like what exactly he had to do. So he's like, "Oh, I had to get a connection. I kept getting a bunch of messages to check what was happening." And he's like, "Dude, it's pretty remarkable." But he actually reacted to the incident live because it happened on a live podcast that he was recording with Charlie Sheen. This is honestly insane. Check this out.
Like I said, I was in Utah at the time.
Oh, you
this
were?
happened. Yeah, I was hunting in the mountains.
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah. I don't know nothing. I started getting all these text messages from people wanting me to comment on things. I was like, what are you talking about? I literally didn't know what was going on. But then I had to use the Starlink to get online.
Oh, wow. That's
I got a Starlink. It's like
I like Starlink.
It's like the size of a fucking iPad. You lay it on the ground, you get high-speed internet. It's incredible.
That's cool shit.
Yeah, but that's how I had to like research.
Just a
Find
sales,
out what the fuck people are
a
talking
sales
I think
guy
you
at the
should
end of the
know
day.
There was like the facility in Tennessee where they bought the
Fuck my finger
whatever
up,
the
y'all.
blank thing was. Allegedly, that place thing got completely obliterated. 16 people died.
What? Should we bring this up? I guess we have to. So this just happened. We just found out that Charlie Kirk got shot.
It's fucking awful.
And is he dead?
That's what was just
One of the guys out there just said it was
spoken
confirmed that
in
he's
the,
dead.
in the Whoa. Murder for having a different opinion from somebody else.
Yeah.
Different ideology from somebody else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
Beliefs that didn't
Who
align.
did it or
I'm sorry? Rest in peace. Fuck. Jesus. 27 years old, maybe? 30?
do they even have a suspect?
I don't know. That's why I'm literally trying to track it all on Twitter, and it's all.
Fuck. Nobody deserves it. He doesn't deserve that. Nobody deserves it.
So
Nobody
he just got
deserves
caught in a
that.
literal brazen lie. This is honestly
No, I'm watching.
He's even like
Hold on.
conspiracy theory joking about like, oh no, I don't
Hold
know
on, hold on,
anything.
hold on,
It's
hold on, hold
crazy
on.
how much a
Okay, guys, I'll bring you guys back after I take care of some business, but we're gonna start doing live streams. There's